Good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining me in the session. It seems that I have a little problem with the video. I don't think you can see me. I mean, you can see me, but in a very small picture, right? But because it's already time, I want to start this webinar, right? Uh, Let me start by sharing my present like this. Welcome to the session. Uh, this is a repeat session of the presentation we did in the morning. So thank you very much for joining us. And to start with, let me just get the chat here from everybody, right? Okay, so let me close this. Let me show you how I want to do that today. Okay, so my presentation today is going to be about young learners, but young learners. The name of the presentation is Teaching Very Young Learners. It's a kind of myth, and it's true, right? When we teach young learners, it seems like everything we do for them becomes magic. And it's really magical to be working with such students, right? Because they bring so much energy, so much joy that it's really something out of this world, right? But before we get started, by the way, my name is Tereza Sekiya. Nice to meet you all. I am one of the academic consultants working here for Cambridge University Press. Today we start a series of webinars that will take place always on Fridays. And we are going to provide you with two choices for watching these webinars, one in the morning and one with the afternoon, right? In the afternoon, sorry. So one thing that probably everybody is worried about, certificates will be sent to all participants, okay, via email. So don't worry about it. We have you have registered for these webinars, so very soon you will be receiving messages, right? The certificates through email. We will also conduct a survey for every webinar. So once the webinar is over, you will receive a survey, and it is to be completed right after the webinar. Please do answer it, because we do want your feedback on that, right? On each of the webinars that are going to take place. By the way, there will be a lot more Cambridge webinars the coming Fridays, right? So there will be weekly posts on Facebook, so stay tuned, right? We want you to attend all of them, right? And we want you to enjoy all of them too, okay? So just get started. Let's talk a little bit about the screen, right? So I don't know, probably some of you might have the image on your screen. You do. If you look at these two arrows in here, you can click on it and it will open up a screen like this, and you will see the whole presentation. And if you take your arrow to this green tab there, you will open up a lot of options from chat to sharing, pausing, etc. So if you click on chat, what will happen is that you will open up a box like this, see, where you send messages. There will be some questions that I will ask you, and I do want you to participate through the chat box. When you do, please send your messages to everyone here, as you can see, right? Here. Everyone, and send your message. Now, if you're having problems with the video or with audio throughout the presentation, then instead of sending it to everyone, what I want you to do is to send to host, because then you will have the help of Simeon Câmara, our ELT expert, who's going to help you with everything you need in terms of accessing the audio or any problems that you might have during this presentation. Okay? I hope you can listen to me loud and clear. So I'm going to open my chat box so I can uh, see comments or messages you were sending out. Okay? So now that you know how to contact us, I'm going to do the following. I am going to give it a try. Okay? So uh, let's do the following. I want you to send out a message saying, can you hear me or not? Do you hear? Can you hear me loud and clear? If not, again, send a message to host saying, unfortunately, I can't hear the message. Okay? In time, I'm going to ask you a question and try the chat box. Okay? Very good. Okay, great. There are a lot of people saying, I can hear you. Wonderful. So let's get started. So let's start by having me ask you a question because I'm really very curious. Where are you from? From where are you attending the session? I would like you to write down the city and the state you are in right now. Can you do that, please? Brasil, hi there. Satuba, São Paulo, Barra de São Francisco. Wow, lots of people. Santos, Lençóis Paulista, Palmas, wonderful. Salvador, Bragança Paulista, Guaira, Goiânia, wonderful. Salvador. Great to have you all here in the session. I hope you have a great time, and it's really, really a pleasure to have you all here on a Friday afternoon, especially because we have been working so hard during the whole week. Imagine, it's really, really something. It means a lot to have you all here. Okay? Yes, I am Brazilian. But the thing is that I think that although my parents are Japanese, I don't speak a word in Japanese. But I think that in terms of English and Portuguese, I'm doing very fine, right? Okay. So my second question goes also from Lares, Florianópolis. Wow, they have from south up to the north. Wonderful. Okay, my second question, what kind of students do you teach? So I want to know if you teach kindergarten students, primary level students, teens, adults, just for me to have an idea of what kind of students do you teach. Well, so you have teachers teaching kindergarten students and also teens and adults, right? Wonderful. So I assume that a lot of you want to share ideas on what you do every day in class, but we have also teachers who want or are willing to know a little bit more about teaching the young learners, which is wonderful. And we also have, as I can see, teachers who teach every kind of student, from kindergarten students and up to adults as well, right? Totally different, right? They are different, totally different realities if we talk about teaching, isn't it true? So my last and most important question of the slide: can I count on you to participate in all the activities? Because I am about to make a fool out of myself, and I don't want to do that all by myself. Can I count on you? Yes? I don't mind. It doesn't if you're watching this presentation from your house and you're totally alone, or if you are at school with all your friends watching this presentation. I do want you to participate. Deal? Wonderful. It's a pity the screen is very, very small. I hope you can see me, and are you able to see my movements? I hope so. Yes? Okay, so it's a commitment, right? You promise to participate in all the activities. They include songs at all and everything else. Sure? Okay, wonderful from top. Wonderful. Okay, so I think we should get started, right? So please, before we do, I'm going to ask you something. I want you to get one sheet of paper, only one, right? And a pencil or pen, right? With students, I would go for color pencils, right? But this is just a sample. So if you have one sheet of paper and one pen or pencil, wonderful, right? We are not going to use it now, but we are going to save it for later. Okay? Very good. All right. So I was ready to go? Yes? Okay. Uh, think about it. Think about young learners, very young learners. Uh, what kind of things can we think of? When you think about kids, you try to think of things that come in one word. For example, TPR, songs. What else do you think of when you think about kids in general? Games, wonderful. Realia, storytelling, very good. TPR, songs, dynamic classes, I agree, wonderful. Playing, fun. Learn from playing or learn for fun, right? Puppets, wonderful. I think that visual resources, which is probably one of the best ways of giving students input at this age, right? We do speak the same language because when we talk about kids, it seems that we picture whole situation, the way they learn, the way they interact, the way they can absorb information, the way they can enjoy uh, with English, right? So when we think about kids, I think that we have to first determine what kind of students we are talking about. So if I'm talking about very young learners, what kind of learners are these? These are the learners. Pre children, right? Preschoolers, school students who are studying in kindergarten, let's say from 3 up to 5 or 6 year olds, right? So this is the type of student I am going to be talking today, right? I'm going to be talking about today, better say. Okay. So, well, I think too much talking, right? Let's start with an activity. But then again, you promise you would follow me, right? So wherever you are, you have to follow me through the activities. Okay, so there's this. Stand up. Stand up. Okay? Yes. Down. Okay. Now say hello. Say hello. Sit down and hello. Very good. Of course, with real students, I would give them a lot more time to practice this, right? But this is just to have an idea. Now I am going to unplug my phone and I'm going to play the video. And I want you to follow me with the commands, okay? Ready? Okay. Module. Page 6. Listen and act. Up. Good. Sit down. Stand up. Hello. Down. Hello. Up. We're done. So, isn't it? Okay, so let me close the audience. My phone. you hear me again? Yeah. Okay, so this can be considered TPR activity, right? Where students are going to respond physically to commands. Well, I could start talking about the importance of doing dynamic activities, of adding up movement to meanings, etc., etc., etc. We are going to be talking a little bit more about this later in the session. But the most important thing that I wanted to point out here is although these activities are very nice and students are letting out energy, one of the things that we have to take into consideration is the language that we are teaching our students. Here, we are teaching them to respond to classroom commands that will help us manage the classroom while we are teaching our English or while we are conducting activities. When we teach them, sit down, get your books, listen, pay attention, raise your hand, etc., we are teaching them to respond to commands in the classroom, and that will make, let's say, not only our lives easier, but it will help us use as much English as possible as well, right? Okay, so context. Here we have a context. So this little girl was playing, sitting down and standing up. And of course, it seems a very, very easy activity, but we're talking about students in kindergarten. So they are from 3 to 5. So for some students, it might be a little simpler. For others, it might be kind of difficult as well, right? So we have to think about every kind of student that we have in the classroom. Now, text. What we have in terms of context? Because we think that to teach primary level students, we don't need a lot of information. Just teaching vocabulary is enough. Is that true? If you have a picture list, do you agree with me that we are really teaching new language? So for here, I'm teaching numbers. But with context, students understand what is going on in the picture while they are learning new language. So for example, here I can exploit the picture. And by exploiting the picture, students can really see and understand. And not only that, they will be able to remember later on the content. So for this inconvenience, I have here the help of a very, very nice friend. He's helping me with the video. See if you. Okay. So, bravo. Is it okay? Oh, thank you. Thanks so much, Leo. You know why, teachers? Because here I have the impression that my video is minimized, and I have the impression that you can't see me at all. And for all the activities, it's important that you see my movements, right? Okay. Well, I'm glad to know that you can all see me. So here, look at this picture. So I can start working with a picture. Look at the parrot. Miss Polly. Polly the parrot. Polly the parrot. Very good. Now we have the monkey too. Mike the monkey. Repeat. Mike the monkey. So we have Polly the parrot, and we have Mike the monkey. Point to the parrot. Polly the parrot. The monkey. Mike the monkey. The giraffe. Her name is Gina. Gina the giraffe. Yes, very good. Okay. Leo. Leo is the lion. Leo the lion. So we have Paul Parrot, Mike the monkey, Gina the giraffe, and Leo the lion. Well, look at Polly. Look at the wheel. It's a circle. Look. Okay, one circle. Again, one circle. What about Mike? Out. One, two. Yes, for Polly, 1. For Mike, 2. For Gina, let's count together. Let's point. 1, 2, 3. 3, Gina. What about Leo? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on and so forth. So by explaining the picture, you can repeat, reinforce language as students simply keep on repeating what you ask them to, right? And the most important thing is that here they are playing, they are making up a train. And in a real classroom situation, you can line up 4 students at a time, and they start 1, 2, 3, 4. And they start moving around the room. It's really, really very fun. So see how contexts help us not only present language, but also increase the level of repetition, but in a meaningful way. It's different from saying book, 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 book. Stop, Tereza, stop. Yes, repetition is really important, but meaningful repetition, right? So there's a big difference. Okay, so oops. Go on with the presentation. We're talking about kids. Of course, there will be lots of activities that we are going to conduct later on, but these things are related to what I'm going to show you later. But see if you agree with me. When we talk about kids, we talk about kids' activities. Why? Because their world in the classroom cannot be different from the world outside. They play games, and if they learn by playing kids' games outside or doing kids' activities outside the room, when they come into the classroom, they have to find the same kind of activity as well. And they will learn through these activities. So when we play hopscotch, when we play tug of war, there are a lot of abilities that we are helping students to develop, right? So English is part of their own learning. And by the way, if you agree with me, the difference between teaching kids and teaching teens and adults is that adults and teens, they already master the first skills in their own language, right? Now, kids, they are still developing a lot of skills, especially if we take into consideration the level of cognitive development is still to be, let's say, developed, right? So again, when we have teachers for teens and adults, okay, there are English teachers, but when you talk about English teachers for kids, you talk about teachers of English and teachers of kids. So we have to kind of be able to deal with both situations, right? We talk about kids' activities, and we are also talking about involvement, right? Getting out everything that is happening outside and focus and concentrate on what you are doing at that moment with everybody. And we also talk about development, right? Because they are evolving, they are growing not only physically, but also emotionally, right? If you compare students that are 3 with that are 4, not only they're capable of doing different things, but also the language they are able to use is totally different. If you compare students that are 3 to students that are 5, for example, the difference is even higher, isn't it? But one thing's for sure, pre-primary or primary level students, they need content with simplicity. Too much information is troublesome for them because they can cope with too much information, not only in terms of vocabulary structure, but activities, difficult words. Everything has to be short and simple. We do not we demonstrate. There's the idea of how we help students convey meaning to what they are doing, right? We lead students throughout the procedures. We help them achieve success, basically, right? Well, I think that I have to explain this a little bit more. What kind of development am I talking about? Well, basically four main areas. Number one, physical development. These kids, some of them, they cannot, for example, put on their shoes correctly. Some of them cannot write, or let's say, neither of them cannot write. Not only because they haven't been taught to, but they don't know how to hold a pen or pencil, right? They are growing as well, so they are not so aware of their bodies, and they're not so in command of their own motor skills, right? And for example, if you ask students that are 5 to cut circles, for example, it's difficult for them. They can cut right through a circle. Isn't it true? Okay. Social development. Why? Because they live in a world of their own. They live in their houses where generally they are the center of the family. Now they come to school and suddenly they have to share attention with all the other students, and they're not the most important being anymore. Uh, that is as important as the others, and the teacher is not there only for him or herself. So we have to teach them how to behave, how to share, how to interact with one another. Right at the beginning, they tend to be very, very self-centered, and they have to be changed with time. Needy in terms of emotional, let's say, behavior, right? And we are teaching them how to be more sensible, no sensitive. But this will also come with time as they grow up, right? And the intellectual development, which is really what we're here for, right? We are teaching them a new language, a new system, right? So if we think about it, it's not simply teaching language, isn't it? There's so many things that we have to uh, pay attention to. And they are important because they might help or not the language, right? Concepts they are learning. And for us, these concepts are really very easy. And we think, well, gee, it seems really, really very silly. Silly for us, not for them. They're learning some concepts like near and far, small and big, and quantities, and colors, same and different. And come on, they're not going to have difficulties with that. Oh, yes? And about when you ask a question like, what journey, what trip is longer? The one that takes 1 hour and a half, or the one that takes 90 minutes? And the one that takes 90 minutes, isn't it? Okay, so there you are. So again, these concepts might seem very, very simple, but they are starting to develop these concepts. They are starting to understand these concepts. But let's see really how that happens. In other words, or in other images, look at this one, for example. Here, we are teaching them the difference between big and small. It seems very easy, but they are also developing what we call fine motor skills, which are the skills that will allow them to be able to write on later on. Okay, just a very quick example. Look at the bowl. Wow, red, yellow. It's a big bowl. Can you point at the bowl? Let's point at the bowl. Are you pointing at the bowl? Remember, you promised, right? Okay. Look, bowl. It's a big bowl. So let's circle the bowl. Okay. So down, 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 up, 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 up. Down, 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 down. Up, 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 up. Down, 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 down. Up, up, up. Wow, it's a big ball. But look, there's a small ball there. So let's circle the ball. Come on. Down, down, down. Up, 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 up. Down, down, down. Up, up, up. Yes, it's a small ball. Small ball, big ball. Small ball, big ball. Let's look at the big ball again. Down, 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 down. Up, 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 up. Oh, down, 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 down. Up, 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 up. Yes, small ball. It's a small ball. And one and so forth. Right? So we have students look at the pictures. We repeat and repeat all over the same words and sentences, but as they hear, they get more and more familiarized with the words and the meaning of the words, right? And we practice and we have students follow your gestures, right? Hope you can all see me and hear me, right? If not, and send messages to the host saying, "Come on, help me! I can't hear you. I can't hear that sound." Okay, so quantity, car, two bags. Let's count. 1, 2, 3 books. 3 books. 1, 2, 3. 3 books. Let's trace number 3. Down, 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 and down, 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 down. So 4 dolls. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dolls. Let's trace 4. Down, 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 down. Go, 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 go. Up. Down, 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 down. Number 4. 4 dolls. 4 dolls and 3 books. And so forth. So the idea is to really exploit the visuals that we have there. As you said, visuals are really very important for students, especially because they don't know how to read at this point, right? Okay, it's presentation. Now we practice where they have to connect different numbers of balls and different types of balls with numbers. So 1, whoa, balls. The first one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's connect 2, 3, and so on and so forth. And of course, I'm not going to ask your students to trace without doing this with their fingers first, because you have to make sure they know exactly where each line go from to, right? So you have to practice with their fingers first, right, to make sure they succeed when they really use a pencil, right? Okay. So what about shapes? By the way, let me go back a little bit. If you think about it, here we are describing numbers, right? But you see, it gets a little more sophisticated from one exercise to another. And this is we're using sequencing, right? Triangle, circle, triangle, circle, triangle, circle, right? And lead our students to think, right? And this goes beyond language. It's not just a matter of learning how to say triangle or circle, but you know exactly what comes in a sequence. We are teaching them how to think, right? After learning how to visualize, how to say the words triangle and circle, they are to spot that in an image, right? This is what we call, because shapes, they are learning, well, shapes and shapes, it's a mathematical concept, right? So it's part of what we call CLIL, CLIL, in language, integrated learning. To learn something through English. We learn something through language. In this case, you're learning shapes, right? And shapes is a mathematical concept, right? Look at these words. You have to match, right? Match. They have to match to the animal. So they are deducing, right? There's a fish. Of course not. You know that this is not a fish. And some of them may say cat, but it doesn't matter because you will lead them to come to the conclusion that it is rabbit. And the more they practice thinking skills, their thinking skills, the better they will be at that as well, right? So in this case, it's or a rabbit. What is one? Well, it's a bird. It cannot be a cat, right? And what is a cat? No, it's a fish. You can accept all the possibilities. And basically here, in a way, you're dealing with biology, right? Because we are talking here about different species. But we don't have to explain that to the kid, right? The kid is going to look and is going to think back all the types of information he received from television, from magazines for kids or books for kids, and even in classroom as well, right? We again are teaching them how to think, right? What is focusing on detail? The cake is already connected. What about the drink, the water? Nobody drinks water like this. We drink water like this. So this is what is going to help them to fulfill the task. Some students might do this without any problem. Some students might not be able to do this, but we are going to help them, right? We are going to, little by little, teach them to really pay attention to details. And once they recognize one detail here, they will be able to do that again with another picture, right? Hopefully. So in this case, here we have pasta, and they will see the format of the drawing so they can match both pictures together, right? Again, it's a lot more than simply working with the content, working with vocabulary. Don't you agree? Okay. So what about this? This is what we call categorizing, dividing vocabulary into different categories. Animals, furniture, school objects, food, fruit, clothing. And then this is a kind of odd one out. So they have to look and circle at me, right? Again, it's an activity that will have students practicing their thinking skills. They have to use their brains for that, right? When we talk kids, we talk about kids that learn from doing, right? And doing all these activities will help them become a little better at receiving information. They are becoming a lot more prepared to receive and really interact with the information, not only with the actions, with TPR activities, but also activities that will make them think. But I agree with you that kids are really very kinesthetic. They learn from doing. And of course, we're talking about intelligent beings, right? They are intelligent. They are eager to learn. But from being intelligent, they are developing different types of intelligences as well, right? Some of them are visual, some of them are musical, some of them are kinesthetic. Although most kids are kinesthetic, they learn through their senses, through their bodies, right? But some of them prefer speaking activities, some of them prefer drawing activities, and coping with all these different types of intelligences is really important for kids, right? Because we need to guide them through that, right? Because students may be better at some specific intelligences, but through directions, through guidance, we can guide them to where we want them to be. So thinking, are my students going to be able to do this activity? We have to think, how am I going to lead my students to do this activity, right? And if we think about it, students need to use everything for self-expression. They need to feel that they're developing the activities, but they're showing who they are as well, right? Because they want to be accepted. They want to be liked. They belong, basically. You're going to say, but you haven't talked about kinesthetic activities up to now. You just did that simple activity with TPR, yes. But we have to see all these elements in the next activity. Are you ready? Yes? I hope so. So let's get our sheet of paper, okay? Are you all holding your sheets of paper? I hope so. Right? And you have to follow me, okay? Very good. So fold your paper once in the middle, like this, right? Okay. Now fold it once more, like that. Okay, just repeating. Your paper folded in the middle once and folded in the middle twice, okay? So you open up, you have 4 squares, or rectangles if you prefer. Okay, now let's cut it in the middle, like this. 2 sheets of paper. Going to cut it in the middle, put them together, and cut it in the middle again. So we have altogether 4. 1, 2, 4. Okay, so I want you to get 1 sheet of paper. I want you to draw a chair. Oh, how to draw a chair? Well, don't know how to draw either, right? Let's do a very simple chair, the way you think you can do, right? No matter all. Terrible anyway, right? This is my chair. Chairs, come on. Good. Okay, so look, it's my chair, right? Now what do you do? Draw a pencil. Let's draw a pencil on the second slip of paper, right? Of course, with real students, you have to give them more time to do that, right? But we're all teachers and grown-ups. We can do that faster, right? Look, it's a pencil. Here, it's my chair. Let me see your chairs. It's here. It's my pencil. Chair. Now, I want you to draw a bag. Okay? Draw a bag. Okay, very good. Look, it's my bag. Look, it's my pencil. Look, it's my chair. Okay, show me your chairs. Okay, it's my chair. Show pencil. Pencil. Show me your bag. It's my bag. Now I want you to draw a book. Okay? It's not going to be so cute, this one. It's my book. Look, it's my book. Okay? Very good. So what do you have? Look, it's my chair. Show me your chairs. Look, it's my pencil. Show your pencils. Good. It's my bag. Show your bags. It's my book. Show me your books. Good. So, kids, how do they do this? They do it like this. Look, it's pencil. Look, it's my pencil. Look, it's my pencil. And if I don't give them a lot of attention, they say, look, look, look. Right? So I am going to do the following. I'm going to unplug my phone, and I'm going to play the audio, and I want you to show me your drawings as the same way I'm going to do for you. Okay, Gio? Are you ready?
Page 9. Listen and twist. Look! It's my chair! Look! It's my chair! Look! It's my chair! Look! 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 It's my pencil! Look! It's my pencil! Look! It's my pencil! Look! 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 It's my bag! Look! It's my bag! Look! It's my bag! Look! 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 It's my book! Look! It's my book! Look! It's my book! Look! Look! Look!
Hold on. Can every time I play the audio from my computer, I have to turn on the file again, right? So hold on just a second. Another file, the application. Okay. Let me. Everything that I said before about involvement, about directions, we are leading students to doing what we want them to do. We are giving them vocabulary, we are giving them structure, but in a way they are able to respond and follow your lead, right? Basically, this is what we want them to do, right? And they are capable of doing this, and they are capable of enjoying the activity, right? So again, let me show you this quote. I'm showing you this quote in Portuguese because Marcelo is Brazilian, right? He wrote an article for Veja magazine about teaching the young learners. And look at what he says in terms of repetition. A quando uma imagem, música ou frase é atrelada à exaustão. Além de lhe dar prazer, isso facilita a absorção de conceitos em seu estágio de formação cerebral. This is from Ciência, a ciência de enfeitiçar as crianças, from the magazine, right? And further, in the article, there's another quote from a doctor. Com capacidade de compreensão limitada, elas vão adquirindo confiança sempre que uma mesma cena é reprisada. Right? Hold on just a second. Cena é reprisada. This is Erasmo Casella, neurologista pediátrico from Hospital das Clínicas. It's really, really true. Have you noticed that whenever students, especially kids, they enjoy a song or a story, they keep on asking you to retell the story, to sing the song again over and over and over again. And the more you sing the song, the more you repeat the story, the better or the more comfortable they feel, especially because they are not simply listening to the song or singing the song again or listening to the story again. They are reliving the same feelings, good feelings they had when they listened to the song or heard the story the first time, right? And the more familiarized with the content, more confident they feel about what they know. And this is the page. Look, chair, pencil, bag, and book. So with their books, they can go home and they can sing the same chant to their parents, right? Rather than coming out of a blue with words their parents ask them to repeat. Here is a very good context for language to take place, right? Very good. So but my kids won't be able to draw a bag or a chair. Oh no, we can adapt the level of challenge to the of the activity to the level of the student. So if your students can draw, use flashcards. Your students prefer can use realia. Look, it's my chair. Look, it's my chair. Look, look, look. Right? So real objects. Look, it's my pen. Look, it's my pen. And you can even substitute the vocabulary by other words they're learning as well, right? If they like coloring, you can give these pictures for coloring, right? You can color and show the color pictures. Or they can draw, they can draw. So then you adapt the activity towards their needs, right? Crafts. Why are they so important? Of course, this craft activity is important because it's going to help you present content, present the structure in a meaningful way, right? But crafts will practice motor skills. They will let students activate their imagination and creativity. When I think, how am I going to draw a chair? Well, I'm going to try to make the best chair I can, right? I'm going to use my creativity to do that, my imagination. If I want to color this purple black with all the colors of the rainbow, it's okay. Why? Because I like the colors of the rainbow. But some people, they might paint in black only. Oh, black children. Well, some kids like black, and they're going to use black because this is the way they want to express themselves, right? Again, it's a very, very level of personalization, but still, they are, right? We are also working on discipline. Okay, so now get the chair, now get the bag. Hey, we're saying, well, pay attention to what you're doing because you were doing something, and I am going to use it later. So draw and put it aside and keep a close look at it, right? Discipline will bring responsibility. They will custom to the classroom routine, and they will do things even without you asking them because they know they are supposed to do these things, right? So again, they will become more and more independent. I hope you can hear me well enough, right? If not, call right and messages to our host, right? Okay. So again, when we talk about kids, we are also talking about stories, right? Remember the four characters: Leo, Mike, Polly, and Gina. Look here. Oh, and Paul are in the park. Are all happy? Well, Leo is very happy. He's playing. Polly is not playing. She says, Leo, it's my turn. She says, I'm sorry, it's my turn. And Polly then says, oh, Leo, it's my turn. But says, sorry, it's my turn. wants to play again, but Leo says, "Oh, sorry, it's my turn." He's in the park. Leo, Polly, Gina, and Mike. They all happy? No. Only Leo is happy because Leo is playing. But Polly, Gina, and Mike, they are not happy and they are going away. What is going to happen to Leo? Oh, Polly, where's Gina? Mike, they left. Okay, well, didn't anymore, right? No, now what? Now, okay, I won't be able to play the video because of problems in with technology. Right? You can live without it, and you can live with it. But I'm gonna tell you what happens. Leo thinks and thinks and thinks, and he says, "Bad. This is not good." He talks to Polly, to Mike, and Gina, and he says, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's your turn." So everybody goes back to the park and they are playing together. In modern language, we are talking about attitude. We are uh, teaching the, let's say, the value of sharing, of care for other people, right? So values at this age is very important because we are teaching students how to interact and be nice to other people, right? So something to remember, because you might be angry at Leo, right? Oh, Leo is a bad boy. It's a child, and children sometimes are nasty, sometimes they're difficult, sometimes they drive us crazy, right? Isn't it true? Yes. But remember this, something very, very important to remember. Children need love, especially when they do not deserve it, right? So something that we have to keep in mind, especially when they are difficult sometimes. It's just a matter of feeling like they are being disregarded and they want to call our attention to them, right? And behavior is one of them sometimes. Okay, so here they are learning how to think. Well, is this good? No. So they are going to complete face, a sad face. Is this good? Yes. So they are going to complete it also in a nice way. Here, can you say the name of the monkey? Mike. Okay, let's color it. Can you say the name of the lion? Leo. Let's color it. Say the name of the. Oh, I don't remember. Okay, so I won't color it. So assessment, they're thinking out their own learning, right? So again, they're very young, but they are able to understand that as well. When we talk about kids, we talk about kindness, caring, and sharing. Right? Let's take the best out of these children. Let's make them people when they grow up, right? And this will start happening when they are at this age, right? We have to talk about independence as well, to talk about diversity, because in the classroom, a lot of differences will show up, not in terms of cultural differences only, but people who learn at different at different paces, people who come from different backgrounds, people with different learning strategies, different types of intelligences, right? And because of that, we need different types of activities as well, right? And they are very social at this point. They are also very touchy, very sensitive. So you have to learn how to work with all these elements when we are talking about kids, right? I'm kind of late in schedule, but I do not want to miss this activity. So join me, please, because probably you were saying, well, I think that there's something missing. saying. Okay, so this is a jungle, right? So we're walking through the jungle. Walking through the jungle. What can you see? Well, I can see a crocodile looking at me. A crocodile. A crocodile. Snap. 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 Okay, following me? Walking through the jungle. What can you see? I can see a tiger looking at me. A tiger. A tiger. Roar. 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 Walk through the jungle. What can I see? I can see a snake looking at me. A snake. A snake. Yes. 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 Walking through the jungle. What can you see? I can see an elephant looking at me. An elephant. An elephant. Stomp. 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 Very good. But it'd be better, couldn't it? Yes. It'd be better if we had, for example, movement, or we have a song, because we haven't sung any song so far, right? Okay, so I want to sing along. But before I do that, I want you to meet mine, right? Sure. Come on, you told me you would join me here. The teachers want to meet you. Come here. Okay, I'll help you. Come on. Come here. Yes, yes, yes. No, 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 no. Yes. Very good. Don't be shy. Come on, don't be shy. Hello, this is Polly. Meet Polly. Hello. Oh, come on, say hello to them. Although they were here just to see you. Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Polly. Say hello to me. Hi. You songs, don't you? Your song? Do you sing a song with me, with all of us? I could sing along. Okay. So where we walking through the jungle. Okay, very good. Oh, I don't want this picture. Let's show them a video. Yes? Okay? Really? Okay. So let's show them the video. Are you all ready?
Everyone, are you ready to join me on a super safari adventure?
Yes.
That's great. Now, let me introduce you to my friends. Leo and Mike. And my name's Polly. Come on, sing along and dance with us. Walking through the jungle, what can you see? I can see a crocodile looking at me. A crocodile?
upload this video on the site, and you will be able to participate in the competition, right? I'm really cheering for all of you, right? So please participate, okay? Very good. So going on, unfortunately, I won't be able to show one of the videos that we received from kids. They are really very cute. But it's going to be for another opportunity, right? I showed you Polly, right? In class, it's just a puppet. But students, it's really real. So there's a fine line between fantasy and reality. But remember, just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it isn't real. It might not be real for us, but it's real for the children, right? And this is what matters in the end, right? Okay. So a lot of us, when 2001, there was a summit for early childhood cognitive development, and she said something very, very important that I really love. She said, we all duty to attention to the science and seriousness of early childhood cognitive development, because between birth and 5 are the foundation upon which. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, so let me go back a little bit. Now I realize that I didn't have my mic on. So let's just go back here. I was saying that there's a thin line between fantasy and reality. Sorry. Okay. Just a second. You all hear me now? I hope so. Sorry for that. I got too excited about the song. Sorry. Okay, so there's a thin line between fantasy and reality. Poly may not be real for us, but Poly is real for our students. So remember, just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it isn't real. It is real for the students. It's real for the kids, right? Laura Bush, she helped write a document for early childhood cognitive development, and I do agree a lot with what it's written there. It says, we all have the duty to call attention to the science and seriousness of early childhood cognitive development, because the years between birth and age 5 are the foundation upon which successful lives are built. This is true. I agree. Because this is where they start to become the adults of the future, right? And they have a good childhood with good basis, they will become better citizens in the end, right? So again, what about bibliography? Let me show you. These are the books I used for this presentation to make up this presentation. Teach children English, teaching languages to young learners, 5-minute activities for young learners. We used assessing young language learners and teaching learners to think. Right? All the activities were taken from Super Safari. So remember that site that the address that we had there, or you access our site, we will lead you to the Super Safari competition. So all teachers for primary and pre-primary level working institutions of the age target can participate, go in the site, download video, learn the song, make up a video of their kids, and upload them into our site. So I'm here for all of you, right? Okay. So talking magic, Art Clark, he said magic's just science that we don't understand. If we come to think of that, we know exactly how children learn, right? We have a pretty good idea, but we don't exactly, or we don't know everything there is to be known about learning, kids learning language. So if we think about this, teaching kids, it's magical, isn't it? So children are the closest thing magic. Isn't true? Okay. So again, to us, but what we do when we teach these kids is also magic for them, right? So one of the that I really believe in is still magic, even if you know how it's done. It's true. So in magic for all these little kids learning English, and this is really what touches, right? Teaching kids is really a kind of magic, but it still requires a lot of planning, a lot of preparation, a lot of organization, graded content. You have to know exactly how much content you can give to students, how difficult activities can be. Because too much content or too difficult activities can, instead of helping, they can really make things very difficult for kids. So let's keep it short and simple, right? Time is very important as well for an activity because their concentration span is big, really. Okay? And follow up on everything you do, right? All right. Unfortunately, we won't have time for questions, but I'm going to give you my email address. So any questions that you might have, please get in touch with me. Send me an email, right? Deal? I want to hear from you, right? Okay. All right. So less food for thought. Teach to count is fine, but teaching them what counts best. And this is what we do for very young learners, really. Thank you very much for joining the session. This is you are awake, right? And this is my email address, so please keep in touch. Thank you so much for participating in the session. I do want to hear from you. If there is anything that was not clear enough during the session, please let me know. And I hope to have you in future webinars. Remember, as I said at the beginning, there will be webinars, 2 webinars every single Friday. So keep an eye, stay tuned. Our Facebook will bring you information and links for participation. So thank you so very much for the session, right? And I hope to see you soon in another event, right? Bye-bye. Thank you for everything. Bye.